Welcome to the Coach Hes Trash podcast. It is your host, Adrian, aka One Day A, aka It's Only 1 a.m., aka the Heartbreak Kid. I'm here with my co-host, Nah Style, aka the Mo, aka Friend Zone Breaker.
You keep forgetting my nickname, man. The Black Adam Schefter. I get my sports news and world news on colored people time. That's why they call me Adam Schefter. I heard about this thing.
What'd you hear about?
It's coming across the Pacific Ocean. It may affect us. It might not. It might, affect the sports season. It's this coronavirus thing.
When is that supposed to hit us?
I think a guy ate in a couple weeks, maybe. I think a guy ate a bat or something, or maybe it was just a bad batch of something. I don't know.
I think we've already heard of it, but thanks for the heads up.
I don't know. I think it's a crock of shit.
Crock of shit. You think it'll affect any sports or no? Probably not, right? Probably just fly
sports
by night.
Sports will be fine. There's too much money in it.
Fly by night
sports
shit.
Will be fine.
Fly by night shit. Let's talk about what's going on right now. I know we Jamal Adams has been on, ESPN all week long. He's been dancing on Instagram Live.
With a cigar.
How do you think about, you know what? I think it would have made more sense if Jamal Adams went to the Houston Texans. Because that Houston area passes a lot of things around. Deontay Murray, James Harden, and Deshaun Watson all shared the same girlfriend, Jilly. It would have made more sense for Jamal Adams to go there.
Why? He's getting passed around?
Because he's getting passed around in the league. Would have made more sense.
It's only his second team. Leave Jamal. Hey, I enjoyed watching Jamal Adams. It might be the second time, besides a dude like AB who was mentally ill, that I saw a dude
mentally ill as in retarded.
No, no, as in a dude who got a vaccine, and then you know how that shit goes.
Right, you can get a vaccine and not be retarded anymore. Is that what you say?
Anyway,
okay.
I enjoyed seeing Jamal Adams.
I know you get a vaccine and not be retarded.
I enjoyed seeing Jamal Adams on live after he forced a trade, talk shit about the coach.
He didn't force a trade. How did he force a trade? Adam Gates. Everybody knows Adam Gates is horrible.
Of course. But Jamal also wanted to get out. He made it known he wanted to get out. Then he talked some shit about the coach. Next day he was gone. Motherfucker was partying. I like seeing that. That's cool. You forced your way out. You out here. Hey, I'm out. Yeah.
Turn up,
you smoking a cigar?
The bitches.
Yeah. He not even hiding it. I can't hate on a motherfucker like that. You not even hiding it. That's cool to me. I love to see him in Seattle. I think he'll play his ass off. He'll have fun. I hope they re-sign Clowney.
You think they're going to pay him like Cam Chancellor or Earl Thomas out there in Seattle?
Jamal was pretty nice. I think he'll have to play a few games before they say, we'll go ahead and pay you like a Legion of Boom member. But I hope they re-sign Clowney.
Seattle is also, I think Seattle going all in. Because they have to, because they got to compete against Kansas City. They've also been looking at signing Josh Gordon and AB, which I feel like they can get both of those guys on literally a veteran minimum, because Josh Gordon is going to blow his whole contract by paying off the weed suspensions.
I think Antonio Brown would fuck up their locker room because he would try to fuck Sierra. And
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Josh Gordon, perfect move. I think Seattle, like you said, they have to go all in. They have no shot. 49ers are looking good. Cardinals got a potent ass offense. NFC is stacked. You got Tom Brady over there now. I think the Seahawks have to absolutely go all in, or else they might not make a run this year. If they can get to the Super Bowl, maybe the Ravens or Steelers, if they get their shit together, maybe somebody can knock off the Chiefs. You don't have to play them.
You said Steelers.
Steelers have a great defense.
Who's great? You got Bud Dupree. You got Devin Bush.
You got the Edmonds brothers.
Minka Fitzpatrick.
Or is only one of them?
Yeah,
Minka.
You got Minka Fitzpatrick.
Edmonds, TJ Watt.
Joe Hayden.
Casey Hayward.
And I'm waiting for the other great guys. Actually,
that's like 5 Pro Bowlers right there.
Yeah,
they were a top 5 defense last year statistically.
I can't lie, because the defense saved the Pittsburgh season, because Mason Rudolph was a bum. He got hammerheaded. If you get hammerheaded as a quarterback, bro, you gotta hang it out. You gotta hang that shit up, bro.
They had a QB named Duck win a few games. A QB named Duck. That's how you know the defense is good and Mike Tomlin's a great coach. They had a QB named Duck go out there and play and win a few games. The defense is great. Maybe they can knock some. If you don't have to play Kansas City in the Super Bowl, anything can happen. Nobody wants to play Mahomes.
I mean,
that's a death sentence.
Has Kansas City got any better?
It doesn't matter.
No, it's the same team.
Hey, Kansas City Chiefs played a game last year in the playoffs. I don't know if you know this.
I'm aware they played in the playoffs.
In the playoffs, where they were down 24-0.
Schefter, they did play in the playoffs this year. Yeah.
Where they were down 24-0
in the first quarter,
and they won 51-31. Nobody wants to play a team that can do some shit like that. Why the hell would you ever want to match up with a team?
Very interesting take, but I think them letting go of LaShawn McCoy is going to be the big reason why they fold.
Oh yeah, Patrick Mahomes needs a running back.
They got rid of Kareem Hunt. They brought up some other guy named Damian Williams who wants to get paid now all of a sudden.
He had
Damian Williams. You're not getting paid, bro.
He had 2 touchdowns in the Super Bowl.
Hang that shit up. I know you had a pretty good run, but hang it up, brother.
Like Patrick Mahomes.
Did they pay Raheem Mostert from the 49ers?
No.
No. They went and picked up Jordan Reed.
Different scheme though. Kyle Shanahan can throw anybody in there and they'll get some yards. But
what do you think about the Jordan Reed sign? You think that's bad news for George Kittle?
Actually, I think is super smart. I actually liked it a lot. I think that San Francisco might come out and have an even better offense because Jimmy Garoppolo can't stretch the field. Everyone says he can't throw it all. He can throw a little bit. He can't stretch the field. He's not throwing the deep ball. He's not, hitting great post routes within the offense. They do a lot of misdirection and play action stuff. You got 2. If Jordan Reed can stay healthy, which he probably could as a second guy, you got 2 elite tight ends. That could be real entertaining. And I don't like San Francisco at all, but that could be real entertaining.
So what happens to George Kittle in his deal? You think they pay him now?
How old is George? 27?
27. He's young. He got about 5 more years of tight end. Tight ends go a long time because they're not based on speed. What are you saying? George Kittle is based on speed? You shaking your head no. For the people who's not watching this on YouTube, he's shaking his head no when I say George Kittle's worth big bucks.
So this is George's 3rd year, which means he came in as an old man.
He's had over 1,000. It's football. Everybody coming out over 23. It's football.
No, the minimum age to get drafted is 21.
22.
No, it's 20. You only got to be a junior.
Okay, but George played in D1 AA.
Exactly. So George already came in old. He's had 3 good years. He's almost 30.
But his body's not beat up because he played AA. So that means he sat the second half of a bunch of games.
But he plays a physical style, right? That's the difference. So a guy like Travis Kelce, Antonio Gates, dudes like that, they catch the ball, they go down, right? They get a lot of end zone catches, red zone, stuff like that. George Kittle catches the ball. He's Gronkowski. He catches the ball. He wants to run, stiff arms, trucks, all the cool stuff that's entertaining. He's not going to last that long. And I think an NFL front office is going to say the same thing. John Lynch ain't no dummy. Shanahan ain't no dummy. They're going to say the same thing. George Kittle, you plow head first into dudes. You stiff arm everybody. You get in the mix in the run blocking. We can't give you a 5-year deal. You're not going to last to 33 years old. By the time George Kittle's 31, he'll be falling off.
Because of what, injuries, I assume?
Just from being beat up. Look at Gronkowski. He never fell off, but he was banged up. He missed some years. He missed a lot of time. He had a bad arm. Ended up retiring early because he was so banged up. And he also did not want to get traded to the Detroit Lions, who are the most pathetic franchise of all time. But I
think that's a bad example because Gronkowski is what, 6'7"?
Exactly.
And George Kittle was 6'4", 6'5".
So he's smaller and just as physical.
Right, but he's smaller. That means they're not going for his legs. I think Gronk was more upset at the fact that he was getting banged up. George Kittle only had 1 injury his whole career. He had a fucking broken burn spur in his ankle. That's fine.
It's not about the injury.
Surgery, get rid of that shit. You're good to go.
It's not about the injury. So if you have a car or something like that and you drive it a lot, your car hits, 200,000 miles or you get close to it, it starts to run a little different. You might not have had any crashes.
200,000 miles in the car, yeah, it's gonna run a lot different.
Exactly. So you're
That's
not
about year 8 in the league.
Okay, so what are we talking about? George will be 24, year 8, he'll be 32. So, it doesn't need a major crash or cosmetic work or anything. You don't need a big injury, just all that wear and tear and getting beat up. They don't want to invest that in a dude
so
who's
how much
beat up all the time.
How much would you pay George?
I give him a nice 3-year deal. I'd pay him nicely until he was 30.
How much? You talking $20 million a year? Because the highest tight end right now is 13. Austin Hooper.
Yeah, Cleveland. $20 million a year for a tight end. He'd have to snap this year.
I'd give him 20 mil because 20 mil a year is how much is what's Julio making? 18?
You can
I'm not paying him more than Julio.
Fuck no. You could work around it maybe with some guarantees. You know, maybe some of the money's not guaranteed, so it doesn't hurt your cap
Guaranteed
space.
over 1,200 yards. 1,200 yards. He's hit that both seasons, but I'd say hit it again. Hit it one more time for me.
I'd give him a nice deal as long as it doesn't hurt our cap space. 3 years, nice deal. I give him 3 years, maybe 50 mil. Somewhere around there. 17 mil, 18 mil, something like that. You can't pay a tight end that much money. He has to snap this. He has to have 18 touchdowns, 1,400 yards, something like that, where you're like, this dude can carry an offense.
So you don't care about him blocking at all? You're not paying him as a blocker? Nice.
Especially not in Kyle Shanahan's scheme. You could throw whatever tight end you want in there to block.
Oh yeah, because they run 70% of the time. So
yeah, you could throw.
They go full house. They go pistol. They go any information to get as many blockers as they can.
Take your skinniest tackle or guard and put him at tight end, and he'll do the same exact job blocking. Probably a better job.
I can respect that, but I would pay George that money because George is a solid dump off. I like his personality. I like the way he impacts the locker room, but that's not going to win you big money.
Yeah, I like that too. You think George transitions to the WWE eventually? I've heard rumors.
Gronk never made it, so no, George is going to make it. Gronk was a all-American WWE guy.
Yeah, he was a bigger personality.
If Gronk ain't go, George isn't going.
But I think George has, now that he's a household name kind of. I think some of those. Now? Yeah. You know who's still big WWE fans? Blue collar working people in the middle United States. I think they'll relate to George. He's a big white dude with a goatee, played for Iowa, likes to get down and dirty on the football field. I think they might fuck with him, and apparently him and The Rock have some sort of friendship, and he might transition. I could see it.
So what do you think about the NFL opt-outs and how it's affected each team, but specifically how it affected the Patriots? A lot of people were saying that it is some type of divine scheme for Trevor Lawrence to make his way onto the Patriots, which when you looked at who opted out, not a bad scheme.
The Patriots are absolutely playing games, and as always,
do you seriously think that they opted out on purpose, like to get Trevor Lawrence?
I don't think that any team, especially the Patriots with that winning formula, I don't think any team opts out on purpose. Hey, don't play. But I think Belichick may have had a meeting with a few key players or just the team in general and said, listen, if you guys don't want to play, it's no big deal. You don't have to play this year. This season might not even happen, or we might only play half a season, or blah, 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 blah. But if you guys don't want to play, it's no big deal. Don't worry about it. We won't hold it against you. We'll keep you on the roster for next year, blah, blah, blah. He found some little loophole in there. And as always, the Patriots bending the rules fucks everyone else over. So now the opt-out date is moved back, which is bullshit by the NFL.
A lot of players aren't feeling that.
It's a terrible thing. Oh, people don't want to play for medical reasons or personal reasons or whatever.
So let's push it up to lower the decision.
Let's push it up so that you motherfuckers don't have time to opt out.
Because they fucking up Vegas. You fucking up Vegas.
Yes, you are.
Never met the one key rule in sports, period, NFL, NBA, MLB, NHL. Don't fuck up Vegas.
Don't fuck up the money. Don't mess with
You know what happened with Greg Popovich when he was sitting in stars 10 minutes before tip-off? They said, this can't happen. This can't happen because they said you're not giving the fans enough time to be able to switch around their tickets. No, it's because of Vegas.
How quickly did they update that rule? What, within like 6 months or something?
Oh, it was like a week.
Oh yeah, they started fining them. I think.
I think he arrested like 3 players in like a week.
And then the official rule came the next season. But yeah, I think they started fining them.
They were like, bro, you can't rest. You can't rest your star players just because you facing a bad stretch don't mean you can rest your star players.
You think Adam Silver came down to the bench and said, "Pop, look at this money line. You cannot fuck with this like that."
No, he definitely did.
You're playing the Hornets. You can't do this to us.
You gotta blow them out.
You can't do this.
It wasn't the money line as much as the spread. The point spread is what made Adam Silver say, "Yo, you gotta let us know at least a couple hours before the tip off that
we can move the spreader. Maybe y'all still win, but we had you winning by 10."
So now that's why the NFL moved the opt-out up, because a lot of people are going to bet on future champions, future division champions. Even though I think that's a bad bet because I think the season's gonna be canceled because of the Rona. But who the fuck am I?
Get a refund.
Oh, it'd be voided. They'll put it in your account. You can get a refund. You gotta bet it back. There's a lot of sports holding us down, like table tennis and stuff like that.
Oh,
Holding
table
us down.
tennis. What was the guy's name? Sergey?
Vadim.
Vadim?
Vadim
Okay.
fucked us. If you watching this, Vadim, fuck you. You do nothing for us.
Also, Vadim, I don't know how to say this in Russian. No, we have no problems with any people in Russia at all. Please do not hurt us.
I'll fight anybody in Russia today.
I will not. Please do not do whatever it is that Russia does.
All them boys don't know UFC. You know that, right?
But you know what? They all know what the gulag is. I'm not fighting a motherfucker who's been in the real life gulag.
A lot of them boys know the UFC, and I give it to them. I'm from Compton. Crib.
Compton what?
Crib. Rolling 60s.
Compton what?
Crib.
Which part of the country? what Compton? There's a neighborhood in Delaware called Compton. It's not the Compton that I think you're talking about.
Oh, why are you saying Delaware? Don't give up my location like that.
Oh, okay.
I'm not from Delaware. I'm from Louisiana.
There's a couple Comptons around the United States.
If anybody from Russia watching this, I'm from Louisiana. And I live in Baton Rouge. I live in
This is a Louisiana accent, Russia.
Yeah,
Hello, comrade.
I live in 910 Louisiana Drive. Go ahead, calm down.
Sir, I'm going to ask you to stop right now.
See me anytime you want. All right, next topic. Next topic here is the bubble has been popping off. It's probably the best week. Actually, no. Let's talk MLB before we talk bubble. Let's finish up with the bubble. So the MLB is let's talk. Will the MLB finish or not?
The MLB has a unique position
that they are not fulfilling well.
Unlike any other sports, they have the ability to add an extra week to the season, do double headers.
Why? Tell people why. Why they have that ability?
So the MLB can play, teams play 5 games, 6 games sometimes within 1 week. Right? 7 days. You could play 6 games within 1 week. I've seen it before.
Okay.
Or 5 games within 1 week or something.
Okay.
They might spread it out a little bit.
Right.
They can stack all their games together, and they've implemented a rule this year where double headers end after the 7th inning. So you don't play a full 9-inning game if you're playing a double header that day. If you play, if it's a double header, it's just straight 7 innings, winner, you're done. Which people hated at first, but it's starting to make sense since there's going to be a lot of makeup games.
Okay.
So the MLB can add an extra week, 2 weeks to the end of the year, do some double headers, do some makeup games, and get themselves to the playoffs. NFL, no way in hell they can do that. NBA, also, no way in hell they can do that. So the MLB is in a lot of trouble, but they have a little bit of leeway where they they have a little flexible schedule where maybe they can make it happen.
They have a tiny bit of leeway because how long they postponed the Marlins games for a week. They postponed 10 days. They postponed the who else postponed?
Cardinals is postponed.
Cardinals were postponed.
The Marlins fucked everybody. They postponed them. The Phillies. I think the Blue Jays couldn't play for a whole series.
So do you think they shorten the season, or they just keep it going until they get enough games in?
I've been hearing a lot of grumblings, through the airwaves.
Have they been talking about a bubble by chance?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
But I've heard a lot of grumblings through the Black Adam Schefter airwaves where the MLB may cut the season short, 40 games, something like that. Once every team gets to 40, you just go off win percentage, right? You just, whoever's, doing their thing. Or once the first team gets to 40 or something like that. I've heard some things where the MLB is playing with some rules. Maybe you can't finish the entire season, but when the season ends,
when
you got a certain amount of games.
Announce that, because it's not gonna be fair to me if I'm at 30 games and I got an easy schedule and you at 40 because you played the easy schedule. You front loaded the easy schedule, and now MLB coming through and say, all right, season canceled. I'm gonna say, well, what the fuck? I had an easy schedule the last 30 games of the season.
So right now, MLB doing something crazy where they have, I think they're up to 14 or 16 teams making the playoffs this year, which normally it's only about 10 teams making the playoffs. I think for them, right now it's been like 3 teams who have had COVID scares, 2 teams who have actually had a bunch of people get COVID, and 1 team who had like 2 or 3 people test positive. I think the MLB, if they get to about 6, 7, 8 teams who have had COVID scares, then they'll be like, let's stop this shit.
Listen, man, Miami strikes again. I mean, they got Corona. They having Coke parties. I mean,
Miami
listen,
Coke parties always.
the Rona ain't the only thing Miami catching, baby. They going out, they partying at bars and stripper clubs.
They catching a couple things that start with G's, a couple things that start with C's.
G's, C's,
G's, A's,
I
H's,
ain't say that.
H's. Hey, we know what they doing now, man. The Marlins were supposed to suck this year.
Look at them.
They've been winning games.
Guess what make you win games? Just guess.
Miami Coke parties.
Miami strippers.
Hey, them Cuban.
I ain't say
Hey,
nothing. A little Cuban shorty throw that ass on you and say, "Win this game. What you gonna do?
I've
You gonna win
seen
that game."
I've seen Instagram lives of Miami boat parties. You talking about some of the baddest bitches in the entire world.
You versus a major league pitcher right now, a Cuban shorty, fake butt. Say, "Nah, I'll win this game. I throw it on you." What you gonna
I'm
do?
smacking a homer. Come on now. If I was on a Cuban boat party the night before,
And
and
you
one of
coked
them,
up.
and I'm coked up, and one of them bad bitches say, "No, papi, papi, hit a homer for me." Now that was like a Mexican cholo accent. But if one of them asked me to hit a homer or something, it's done. That's strength. You can't come by that strength just anywhere.
You whisper in there and say, "Mami, finito."
It's done, baby. It's done. It's done, baby. It's done. That's why the Marlins are winning right now. It's crazy. They were the worst team in the league by far. Worst roster. But them and the Orioles, worst roster by far. Terrible team. No pitching, no hitting, nothing. All of a sudden, they got a winning record. It got to be the Coke parties, man. Coke parties, the big fake asses, the nice boobs, the drinking, the boats, the sexy hair and face, all of it. They out there partying. They knowingly had COVID and said, "We got to show up for these games anyway." You know why?
Fuck it.
Because they told one of them Cuban shawties, "Hey, tomorrow, we going to win this game for you." One of them said, "Oh, fuck, I'm feeling sick. I got COVID." They said, No. We told them bitches yesterday we was going to win this game. We have to show up.
Tell your whole family bet on us. We're going to get all your money back.
No, yeah. Yep.
So what do you think about the, so now, are we done MLB?
Mm-hmm.
I was in the MLB? Okay.
MLB's good for now.
Let's go back to the NBA, because the NBA is what's popping right now, because we know a lot of fans that we have watch the NBA.
We got a lot of ballers.
We got a lot of baller fans, black people. Black people love NBA. I love NBA myself, too. It's a good gambling market.
Was that a stereotype? You should have said the blacks love NBA. I know
the Nagras.
I know the blacks and I know they like basketball.
So pretty much what's going on in the bubble here is Phoenix is going bananas. A lot of people are saying that Kanye lost his mind so that Devin Booker can find his in the bubble. And it makes a lot of sense because Kanye has been absolutely retarded. Not retarded. Has been absolutely... He couldn't find his mind if it was in his pocket. And Devin Booker has been going crazy since the bubble started. What do you have to say about that?
Hey, you know that Thanos quote in Infinity War when he's talking about his home world and all this shit was bad.
What did it cost?
No, not that one.
Not
that one. That's later in the movie. But he shows Doctor Strange the whole thing. Oh, my world blew up and everything was bad. And he says in there at one point, he said, "They called me a madman." I've been preaching for this motherfucker, Devin Booker, for years. Before he dropped 72. As soon as he was a rookie.
Way before.
When he was a rookie and he came in the league and he was doing his thing, I said, Devin Booker got it. And then when I seen him ball the next year when he improved, I said, Devin Booker got it. Young Kobe style. He got it. He has it.
So what was he before you said he's young Kobe? He's like, oh, he might be a young T-Mac. He might ball out and never win nothing.
Devin Booker coming into the league, because when he played on that team with Karl Anthony Towns and all them, I was like, Devin Booker's just a shooter, spot-up shooter.
He wasn't that good in college.
He was a spot-up shooter. He wasn't really doing that much. He was a lottery pick, but he wasn't like a high pick. I was like, oh, Devin Booker, he's a spot-up shooter. He'll be solid in the NBA. Came in his first year, scored like 13 points per game, but I was like, he's all right. The next year, he came out firing. I'm like, yo, this dude can ball. He can score. Can he do a lot of other shit? Maybe not, but he can score. He can carry a team just off of his scoring. He's efficient. He's smart. Technically great. My baby Devin Booker, Phoenix Suns, doing their thing. I picked them.
That's a fact.
I picked them to compete for that 8th seed. Doing their thing. Do you have any thoughts on the Phoenix? I feel like it went silent.
I don't.